Today is Friday the 13th, so we have a little something special here for you. We're going to be doing a tier list of our favorite Friday the 13th movies. So, would you like to go first?
Yeah, I'm going to pick. I'm gonna get it out real quick. Freddy versus Jason. That's going at the bottom. It has to. Um, are we good to explain everything, or
Whatever you want to do, I'm good with.
yeah? Definitely. Freddy versus Jason is at the bottom. I don't know what it was. This back in the day, this movie used to. I don't know, creep me out some. But over time, I have really hate the movie with a freaking passion. I don't know what it is. It's just not good. Um, I don't like the what do they call him? Like the homeless Jason. I
Yeah.
don't like it. Uh, the one guy that kind of rips off Jay, the one drug head, kind of they rip Jay off Jay and Silent Bob. I don't know what it is about the movie. I just don't like it, and I know like a lot of people do like it. I can't wait to hear what you think of it, but I just don't see what the real good thing about it is, except for Robert England. He's always great, but yeah, I'm definitely putting Freddy versus Jason at the bottom. But yeah,
All right. And what would your next one be?
I'll go with the one that started it all. Actually, Friday the 13th. I'm gonna put that at the C tier. Um, and I'll probably get a little hate for that one, I guess, but I just don't think that one holds up really good. I mean, I guess the franchise wouldn't be a thing without the first Friday the 13th, but I don't know. I just can't get into it. It doesn't hold up like I said, the Halloween. It holds up as a good classic horror film, but this one just seems so cheap and I don't know. It's really weird to explain why I don't like this one. Do you want to put any on there, or you want me to just keep going with
I
it?
have a separate one for me. What I was gonna do was I was going to have you do yours and then I was gonna do mine.
Um, that's fine. We'll go with um, Friday the 13th. Let's go part two. Put that at the D category. Um, I don't like this one. I don't like Baghead Jason. Um, I don't think this one's really that good. The only thing I think was good about it is hopefully you'll talk to him about it whenever you do your ranking of uh, part two. Whenever you make certain sound effect, if you remember, whenever
Hmm.
we used to watch it, um, that is probably the only demon quality because every time I always think about that. But I just don't like the Baghead Jason. I don't like any of the characters. The ending makes no sense. Um, I don't know. I just part two is just not one I would ever like really want to go to watch. Um, let's go with some good ones though. Friday the 13th, final chapter has got to go at the top. Uh, this one is amazing. Characters, great kills. Starts the whole Tommy Jarvis that part of that series off, and it gets off of that with the bang. Um, the like I said, they got the corkscrew kill in this one, which I love the corkscrew kill. Uh, let's see the like twins where he throws one of them off the roof, and I mean I don't know. The final chapter is good. That's why it's a top category. Um, I feel like a lot of people like the final chapter. I can't wait to hear what you think of the final chapter. It's on the same um, thing on that. Um, I'm gonna go with probably an unpopular opinion. Friday the 13th, the remake. I'm gonna put that the A category. Um, I don't know what it is. Ever since 2009, I have really liked this. Um, I don't know. I really think it is. It's Jason in this is like I don't know. He's a smart Jason. I really didn't think we've gotten like a Jason like that smart. He's strategical. Um, I just don't know what it
Excuse me.
is about him in this one that I wish they would do more of, and I wish they would have actually um, continued this front, like continue with the remake and continue do more. Because they could have done some cool ones. Um, I really like. Why am I dropping the blank on his name?
Jared
Dude from
Padalecki.
Supernatural. What's his name? Yeah, I really like Jared. He's the lead in this. Some of the other characters aren't, I mean, the greatest, but I like how it more or less go. It has 1, 2, 3, and kind of all in one movie. I mean, and it does it in a good way. Because Baghead Jason, I actually like the first 20 minutes, kind of like the opening, is really good. Um, um, as a lot of people actually that they didn't expect how that would go 20 minutes. They thought that was the actual just movie alone. Yeah, I put that one an unpopular opinion probably. Next, we'll go to the B category. That would be Jason X. This is just a cheesy ass movie that's really fun. Is that on there? Yes, it was.
Jason X, yeah, I already moved it to it.
Yeah. It is a cheesy good time. This also has Kane Hodder in it, which he is my favorite. So I mean, you can go wrong with that. And he also had, I can't remember what they call him, but the metallic Jason,
Yeah.
which
Uber
is
Jason, I think.
really cool. Cause yeah, Uber Jason. Yes, that's correct. I really kind of wonder if they would have had more movies planned with that Jason. If they would have done it, I think that would have been a really cool thing to do. But they didn't. I don't know if this one was in theaters because it really didn't feel like it was like a theater movie. It kind of felt like a direct to DVD. But I think it works. Definitely the where he sticks the girl in like the freezer and then breaks her face. That's an awesome kill. Let's move on to Jason Goes to Hell. That one's gonna go in the D category. This is the one that I had to think about for a minute because I didn't like this movie, but then over rewatches, I have found a little bit of an enjoyment. I don't like the whole more or less the heart going in a different person, Jason possessing all that stuff. I really don't like that. I really was confused on what Sean Cunningham made that one, what he was doing with that idea. But whenever Jason is in this, like at the very beginning, at the end, that Jason looks really cool because I don't know that look of him, like where he's like the mask is like more or less on him, is a cool look. That I think that should have been the Jason we got the entire movie. Then that movie might have been close to the top. But I also got like after like hunting him He's in the 21 Street show, and he's pretty good in that. Um, he's written this. Um, let's go with Friday 13th, A New Beginning. Put that at the C category.
You say C?
Dylan, I know I don't like one, but yeah.
Okay.
I actually, I kind of dig this movie. I definitely see people's problems with it, with not being the actual Jason, but I mean, there are some really cool kills in this. But the craziest thing about this whole movie is all based on a chocolate bar. That fat guy was given that one chocolate bar. He didn't want it, so he kills him anyways. And then so that parrot guy dressed as Jason. I mean, that's just a crazy idea that this Friday the 13th movie only exists because of chocolate bar. That's just a crazy thing. But I just find the enjoyment out of it. This is the one I stuck on the category. What are you gonna think this when we get to yours? Because I got a feeling it's gonna be really different. But moving on, I'm gonna go with Jason Takes Manhattan. I'm gonna have that at the A category. This one is so much fun. Even though I know it's more or less Jason on a boat, because that's really all it is. But I like a lot of the kills in this. I like the music in it because it's that kind of late 80s, I think 90s kind of turn to like that rock into the movies, and that works. But when Jason gets to so-called Manhattan, because I think they filmed it in Canada, I believe. I think I might be wrong. I'm right on that one. But when they get there, I know he's there for like 15, 20 minutes. It is really cool because I didn't know if you heard, but whenever they filmed, Kane Hodder actually just was walking around, just like scaring people and just like giving them that scare and everything. He didn't even make no
Really? Wow.
no nothing. The whole time he just like randomly just walked around with people. But this was also one I think I borrowed you from the library, and I borrowed it, and I don't know, just for those weird, cool experiences because I didn't know I was super wasn't all the Friday at that time. But I think this is the one that kind of kickstarted the Jason that I really like. Definitely because Kane Hodder. Let's see. Did you move the final chapter to the top?
Oh, what's that?
Did you move it to the top?
The final chapter, you said?
Yeah. I didn't know if you moved that because I talked about that one already.
Oh, did you know there's a little bit there where you were breaking up? So I assumed you were just talking about one particular movie.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll go then. I'll talk about final chapter again. Want me to?
Yeah.
Yeah. As I was saying about final chapter, I really like final chapter a lot. That's why I have put it at the top. It starts off that Tommy Jarvis series, which I think is the best part of the 13th. Could have Tommy Jarvis because you can't go wrong with Corey Feldman and some bills like the Screw. That weird moment with what's his name? Oh, what the fuck's his name? I see his face right now. I just can't remember what his name is. You know what I'm talking?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You don't remember the dancing part in final chapter?
The what part? I'm having a tough time understanding you. Kind of breaking up.
Yeah, the dancing part of the final chapter.
The dancing part? Is that the part with like the twins and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ted, where the hell is the
I was
corkscrew?
trying to, yeah. It's like that, whatever that guy's name is. I like his character and I like that part. I can't remember what his real life name is. Um, but yeah, final chapter is a good one. I definitely, like I said, has to go at the top in the S category. I can't wait to hear what you thought of on the final chapter. Um, moving on to Friday the 13th Part 3. Put that at the A category. I mean, what can you say about this one? I mean, it starts Jason with the hockey mask. I mean, this is a key series in the movie franchise. But over time, I like the movie, but I don't like it as much as I used to, because this used to actually at the was actually one of my favorites. But over time, I changed that. Um, but I like how he gets the mask. I just don't. I just don't like really any of the characters in this. I think a lot of them are weak. But I always do have a fun time watching it though. This I feel has that one kill that stands out to me as a good kill, where he comes up from behind and squashes that dude's head, and the eyeball comes like out of the screen.
Yeah.
Um, that's one of those, like, it's bad because like the effect, but it's good. And that was also what's weird about this movie is the 3D effect. This movie, 3D movie. If you don't watch it in 3D, then you really see some weird ass effects that just don't make any sense. And like for myself, it's hard to watch 3D movies with glasses on glasses. It's just really hard for me to watch it because all I still see is blurry imaging.
Well, isn't this also a
But
movie
yeah,
where they do that weird 3D thing where they put like actors weirdly just like put something really close to the camera? Like it's in 3D, but
yeah,
if
that
you're not
like
watching
that.
it in 3D, it's not.
Yeah,
It's weird.
yeah. I feel like that like stands out to me. But I still do find this movie a lot of fun. So I put it at the A category. Um, Now we're down to the final two, and I'm going to go with Friday the 13th, The New Blood. Kane Hodder's first appearance as Jason, and this is a good one. This starts the whole zombie Jason. No. Yes.
This is the one before Jason Takes Manhattan.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, this one is great. I like the whole Carrie versus Jason aspect. I think that is really interesting, really cool, all in the end. But I mean, how can you go wrong with Kane Hodder? He more or less gave Jason, I feel like, the name. Jason wouldn't be the big character if it wasn't for Kane Hodder. I think. I know that's just my opinion, um, but a lot of the kills in this are really gruesome. And the sad thing about it is, this is the movie that the got chopped down a lot because the MPAA thought it was too violent. But I mean, I don't know what they're looking for. But if you can find some of those, because on the Blu-ray it actually has the what the act kills are. So if you can get a chance to see that, I definitely recommend to actually see what the kills were really like. So yeah, I definitely have that there. The final one, Jason Lives, goes in the S category.
I also wanted to say
This
earlier,
one has
you
a
said that part 7 was the start of Zombie Jason. It was actually part 6, the one we just put in the S.
yeah, yeah.
Just
You're
wanted
right.
to
My
mention.
bad.
Just wanted
Sorry.
to mention that. No, that's okay.
Uh, yeah. Yeah. Jason Lives is one. Is definitely my second favorite out of the franchise. Yeah, like with the Zombie Jason starting, Alice Cooper, I think 2 or 3 songs in this, and they're great. The RV kill, um, the where he goes to the camp and actually has that camp vibe because a lot of these movies there was no kids at the camp. I think this was actually the only one with kids at the camp. I don't think any of the other ones did. Uh, and it shows that Jason ain't gonna kill kids. Because I know that was always the in question thing off that Friday the 13th game. Because remember, it says Jason kills kids. Um, but I really think Alice Cooper adds a cool vibe to this movie. So no matter what, if this one's on TV, however, I recommend Jason Lives. It is an absolute blast of a film. Um, but yeah, that's my ranking of it. I can't wait to see what you got, Dylan, because I got a feeling some of these are going to be really, really different.
Started. I am going to agree with you on your first one. Freddy versus Jason is definitely an F. I won't. I'll admit I was entertained at some points in the movie, but it's just a piece of shit movie all around. Like it's always dark. Barely any of it takes place at any time during the day. It's just I don't know. It's just terrible. Moving on to the next one that's on the list here, the Friday the 13th remake from 2009. You're gonna be shocked about this one. I'm gonna put this at B. I know you think I really hate it. I really don't. I
Really?
just I don't know what it is. I just I like it. I don't love it. But um I think for me B is pretty good com- considering you think I hate it, but I don't. That's so right.
Yeah.
I agree with you also on part 2. I don't remember where you had it, but I'm going to put it down here at D. Cuz I believe isn't that the one with Paul whenever we were
Yep.
doing the Friday 13th viewing thing. Yeah, that's
Yep.
like you said, Baghead Jason, Suspenders Farmer Jason, or whatever, however you want to look at him, because he used the pitchfork a lot. Um,
Mhm.
I mean, not super terrible of a movie. It's just I don't know, like it's before Jason got his iconic hockey mask, so I think it's obviously gonna be worse, and it is pretty much. Now, moving on to part 3, it's where we get the first introduction of full-on hockey mask Jason. And I think this is the one where he really gets to shine as the iconic killer Jason we all know and love. And I'm going to put that up at A because from what I've seen, a lot of people say that's the best one in the series, which I can definitely see from a lot of people saying, because there are a lot of really good kills in here. Like I said, it's also the first introduction of Hockey Mask Jason and like all of that, and arguably one of his strongest iterations also. Um, Moving on to part 4, I'm gonna agree with you and put part 4 up at S. Um, what it looks like is they originally might have intended this to be the end of Jason as a character, and especially considering the title is called The Final Chapter. And I can definitely
And
see
technically,
how,
they did kill him.
yeah, I can definitely see how that would be possible because, like you said, it didn't seem like they killed him. I think this is like the first time in the series they like killed him in this kind of way, and as you, as everyone knows, he comes back in part 6. But even then, like Chase said, Corey Feldman was great in this. It's a young Corey Feldman too. Um, like his sister, the mom. the party with all the teenagers and stuff. Like a lot of good kills and stuff in this one, and especially the ending is really good too. Um, I like you said, I disagree with you completely on part 5. It's complete shit, and nobody can change my opinion. Friday the 13th is about Jason. I understand about Friday the 13th part 1. That's his mom. Roy has nothing to do with Jason. Roy is just an upset dad who wants to kill kids because they killed his son by accident, by the way. But even still, Roy is just a psychotic dad who put on a hockey mask and started killing teenagers. No, fuck Roy. Roy can suck fat ass. That's not that's not Friday the 13th. No. Okay. Moving on to part 6. Jason Lives. This is my favorite one out of the whole series. And even to like back up my statement of me calling that my favorite, I dressed up as part 6 Jason for Halloween back in 2017, I think. I like all the way down to the red paintball splatters on the middle of the green shirt. So like I got accurate an accurate mask, and like I tried to go as fully accurate with like belt and stuff as possible. So this one is my absolute favorite one. It's also the return of Tommy Jarvis. He's older now. Um, like Chase said, it also has Alice Cooper in it. Uh, it's Feed My Frankenstein, correct? And then also, and then also,
my friend behind the mask.
yes,
Man behind the mask.
Man Behind the Mask, yes, which is another great song.
Which
yeah,
is amazing.
Yeah, just all of that together just makes this one of the better ones. I especially like the opening sequence in the graveyard when he's brought back to life. That's like one of my favorite sequences in the whole series. I just think it's really cool because he literally becomes a zombie. Which Tommy Jarvis is my favorite? Probably this one, Jason Lives. Because I know Corey Feldman's really good, but I don't know. I just like older, like more. Because it's arguable that he, as a kid, is pretty badass, but I think this one in Jason Lives is really badass too. Like he lures him out into the lake and then puts the thing around his neck and stuff. But I think isn't this one the one where Jason folds that girl's sheriff dad in half?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
cool kill.
Yeah, that was a really cool kill. Moving on to part 7. Like Chase said, it's Jason basically versus Carrie. I thought that one was really good too, but I'm gonna put that one down at A. Just like Chase said, it's a solid movie all around. One of my favorite kills, I think, was I believe Jason, didn't he throw a TV on a girl's head or something? Or was it like an axe in a TV or something? I can't remember what it was.
Was that the one where she opens the door and he's standing right next to her head? Isn't it that one?
What was it?
I think it is. Remember, doesn't she open the door and then he axes her in the head? Because isn't it the Nintendo game cover, basically?
Possibly. I'm not sure.
I need to watch that one again.
Yeah, it's been a while. But after that one, it's part 8, which is the Jason Takes Manhattan. And I'm gonna also put that one at part A because I thought that, like Chase, I thought that one was really good too. It also had one of my favorite characters, weirdly, which was like the that rocker girl. I don't know why, I just really liked her character. And especially like when he got to
it with the guitar.
Yeah, and he got also the part like later in the movie where he gets into a fist fight with the black guy who's a boxer, and then he punches his head clean off his shoulders. I thought that was really cool too.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next one, Jason Goes to Hell. I remembered liking this one. Like I think I even remember telling Chase I really thought it was a good one, but like looking back at it, it's just stupid. Like you look at it, what did he do? He like threw up. What was it? He threw up like the worm that's in the poster. Like he threw up a worm or his brain or something. I can't remember. He threw something up into other people's mouths and he transferred. his soul or something over to other people's bodies. It made no sense. Um, so yeah, like it's just not that good of a movie. This movie to me, all this movie did was just set up Freddy versus Jason. I think to me that's all this movie was trying to do. And like it's a terrible movie that set up another terrible movie, and I think Jason Goes to Hell is going into F where it belongs. Now, Jason X, what was that?
I'm surprised.
Why?
Oh, I thought you because we watched it several years ago, and I thought we actually liked it a lot more.
Do you have your hand blocking the mic? I can't really hear you. There you go.
Do you don't like the Hunter guy that's after him?
He's okay, but it just doesn't feel like Friday the 13th kind of stuff to me. It's just it's cheesy, but it's stupid cheesy.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. And what he does, he throws. I think it's his heart, right? That's what I thought.
Oh yeah, it's his heart. That makes no sense.
Yeah, yeah, but you got Kane Hodder actually in there randomly.
Yeah, I guess. I'm gonna move on to Jason X. Now, this is one we saw a lot when we were when we were like little, when we were small, when we were little, back in like I think the early 2000s. And
Yeah.
I remember like I thought this is one of them me and you watched a ton when we were little. Like we watched it a lot at your house, I think. And I remember this one having a real like because of that having like a really special place in my heart. And like you said, and then you mentioned, it has some really cool kills, and the fact that it takes place in the future is really interesting, also. And I mean, even at the end of the movie, Camp Chris, even though all of the movie takes place in space, towards the end of the movie, they go back to Cape Crystal Lake, and I think like the year like 20 or like two was like, fuck, I don't even know, but it's like in the future, so. But I remember it being good, and it was a part of my childhood at some point. So I'm probably gonna put it at. I'll put it at B. I think that's fair. It's fair. It's not amazing, but it's not anywhere close to bad, in my opinion. Now, for me, the last one here is the original Friday the 13th. Now, the majority of you know on the back of my door, I have Chase actually got it for my birthday. It was for my birthday or for Christmas. I think it's for my birthday. Like a full size poster of the Friday the 13th one, like official poster, like the one you see here, and I have it hanging on the back of my door. It's the first one in the series, and it's about Jason's mother, and like in this one, it's kid Jason because it's still a little bit in the past, but this is a pretty okay movie. It's definitely not one of the best in the series. It's an okay start for like Friday the 13th series as a whole, but it's not my favorite. So I'd probably put it, I mean, there's nothing there, so I'll probably put it right there in the middle at C.
That's where I put it on mine too.
Yeah, is there any those are our tier lists. Chase, is there anything else you'd like to add?
You remember whenever they talked about doing that Friday the 13th like found movie? This randomly came to my mind.
About doing what? Friday 13th what movie?
Like it was like a found footage. It was supposed to be like a found footage style film.
I had no idea.
They talked about it a few years ago. They were talking about doing it, but you remember? I think last year we watched the fan film that brought the guy, your favorite Jason,
The
back,
hiker one?
and Tommy John.
Is that like that hiker one,
No,
or
it
is that a
was
different one?
It was one. It was like Bloodline or something like that.
Oh,
I think. I remember we watched it last year because I know it brought back what's his name, C.A. Graham as Jason. I think. I think so.
It was
And I
part
know
six.
one of
Part
them
six
also,
dudes.
yeah, and I know also brought back the Tommy Jarvis from part six. So he was like an ambulance guy, or was that a different one? I know he's in one of them. I know that for sure.
That was. I'm pretty sure that was the end
Um,
of the hiker one, wasn't it?
no, yeah, you're right. Yep, yep. Um, we need to watch because they came out with the second one, but it's like in the snow. I think we need to watch that sometime and see how that one turned out.
Definitely, yeah. Because that I don't know if that's out
Um,
yet, but whenever we saw it, they said they were making it.
I think it's out. I think it came out last year. I think so. We need to watch that. But um, let me ask you: which ones you like more? Do you like the Friday 13th franchise or the Hobbs?
Me personally, you said you said Friday 13th or Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'd say I probably prefer. Ooh, I'd probably prefer the Halloween. I'd probably prefer Halloween. Um, that's only mainly because like it feels like I know it's gonna sound kind of ridiculous to say. It seems more realistic to me, and to me, more realistic means scarier because it means
Yeah.
something that could happen. Like to me, like Jason is clearly a supernatural dude because nobody can live that long after drowning as a kid. I mean, drowning as a
Yeah.
kid, you're dead. Nothing else to it. But with Michael Myers, like he's just a dude who's just psychotic since he was a child, and he grew up to be even more psychotic, and just decided one day to just depending on which Halloween timeline you're following, deciding to go kill decide to go kill his sister or the girl who um or did they ever explain why he went after her in the original Halloween movie?
No, they didn't. They didn't want to because they wanted you to think, why would this perfectly kid who lives in a perfect neighborhood just go off one day, kind of thing. They wanted you to wonder why. The Rob Zombie's the only one that fucked that up.
Well, to me, like that's why I think part two works so well because part two goes on to explain that she is his little sister.
Yeah,
And to me, like that dynamic is kind of like what made it work for the majority of the time because it gives you a reason and it explains why he's going after her. Without the explanation that they're siblings and he was going after them to kill his sister, like it kind of makes the first movie not really make a whole lot of sense
yeah,
because there's no what reason would he have for going after that girl in particular when there are a
yeah,
ton of different teenagers at that high school that he could go after.
yeah. Um, I agree with you. I like the Halloween franchise more, but don't get me wrong. I do love the Friday 13th too. I think it
Yeah,
is
definitely.
definitely a good franchise. It's way better than Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street only has a couple good hits. I know you actually hate. I don't know if you hate the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. You don't like it.
It's just not. I don't know. It just doesn't seem scary. Like Freddy as a character doesn't have a scary look. He
Mm-hmm.
looks like a dude with a burnt face. That's it. And he's got
Yeah.
like the chicken Friday the third in Freddy versus Jason said, "What are those butter knives on your fingers?" Like that's exactly what I'm thinking. Like sure,
Yeah.
his fingers are sharp, and he's a dude with a burnt face. But what else? He invades your dreams. Ooh, like that's not scary to me. I don't give a
No,
shit.
I don't know. The first one to me is actually, I think, creepy. But the third one is pure awesomeness. You need to watch the third one. I don't know if you've seen the third one, but the third one is kind of regarded to a lot of people is actually one of the best.
Well, it just sucks when they take these iconic horror characters and just turn them into comedic characters later on in the series.
Yeah.
Like his movies, I thought maybe they were comedic all the way through, but I thought
No.
Freddy himself like was a serious killer throughout the first few movies, and then like four through whatever they went off the rails and just made him a comedy character.
The first one, he's serious with a little comedy thrown in there. It's after, I think, 4 or 5, one of the two. Yeah, then he becomes nothing but like a comedian, and I think that's what is kind of his downfall, because Jason and Michael just don't talk. So I think there's more to someone just giving you a stare than someone making a joke. You know
I
what I'm
think that's
saying?
why Freddy didn't work for me in Freddy versus Jason, because like in Freddy versus Jason, he was just a full on comedy character. Like to me, he didn't seem like he was supposed to be scary in that movie. Like Jason, he just went and just killed people. He didn't give a shit about anything being funny or anything. I think that's why he
Yeah.
destroyed Freddy so much.
Yeah, but I think Freddy versus Jason could have been a good movie if they would have went with the original plan idea. If you remember what that was, I
Oh,
don't
you
know
mean
if you
like
remember that.
where it takes place immediately after Jason goes to hell, where they're both in hell and they talk to the devil? Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's basically like, what is it? If you can, it's basically the devil is talking to them both and telling them both, whichever one of you can bring me the most souls, I'll let you stay on Earth.
yeah.
That's yeah. To me, that sounds like a cooler idea for a story.
I actually like that a lot, and I actually found out like a couple weeks ago there was going to be a PS2 video game of Freddy versus Jason, and it was going to be based on that same story, which could have been cool, but they got canceled.
Yeah, I don't know how a video game like that would work though.
Uh, but it could have been cool. But I guess one last thing I guess we could talk about is still Friday 13th related. What did you think of the Friday the 13th video games, the Nintendo one and the one that's for PS4 and Xbox?
Um, for what it was, I thought the one on Nintendo was all right, I guess. Looking back at it now, I know like I know it's widely regarded as a piece of dog shit, but I don't know. Whenever me and you played it, I had fun, you know?
Yeah,
Like I thought it was pretty fun for what we did, but I guess is okay in my opinion. And then the one for PS4, Xbox and computer, um I thought it was really good. Like I thought that right there is like the perfect Friday the 13th game, if you know what I'm trying to say. Because like
yeah,
it gives you multiple ways of trying to escape, but at the end, the majority of the time, there just is no escape,
yeah,
which to me seems realistic for Jason. Like I feel like it because and the game also what it does is it gives Jason like teleportation powers and the power to be able to hear from long distances and stuff. Like a lot of powers that me and you since we were kids thought he had because it made sense how he was able to get around so fast and
mhm,
like how girls were like halfway across the camp from him and then all of a sudden they get behind a tree like to hide from him and then all of a sudden he's just right there in front of them like there's
yeah,
no other explanation other than teleportation, you know. So I
yeah.
think that to me like the game really explains well like what kind of powers Jason would probably have and like how he uses them and stuff.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I actually do dig the Nintendo game for what it is. It's kind of a fun time. It's kind of monotonous at times. I just think it's really difficult because I think we've only made it past like one night. I think because I think you're supposed to do three. I think I might be wrong on that. It's been a while since we played that one, but the PS4 one, I know we played it. I think once or twice. It is really fun. Um, Definitely when he plays Jason because it's got some really inventive kills in there. But I think the best part is it's actually kind of a suspenseful game because I mean, just trying to hide and everything, and no matter what, Jason can still find you. And I agree with you that it gives him those powers, and that is really what Jason actually has. And I know a lot of people have talked about that he has. Like in all the things he has since he's supernatural. But yeah, I guess that could be it. I mean, the Friday 13th franchise is a fun one, but I hope everyone likes the rankings. We're definitely different. Both, I mean, majority of them I felt like we were on the same, but I think some of them were definitely a little bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you guys can got a ranking that I'd like to know everyone else's opinions. Maybe some people like the New Beginning. I think it's a fun one. Dylan hates it. Maybe someone else likes it. I just want to hear everyone's opinions. So if you put that in the comments, I'd love to hear it. But I hope everyone has a good Friday 13th, I guess.
Yep. Same here. Happy Friday 13th, everybody.
Yep.
All right. And I'll talk to you later, man.
All right. See you, buddy.